What is going on, guys? We are now reviewing the Death of Spider-Man issue 156, and as you can see at the top of the comic cover, instead of it saying the prelude, now it actually says the Death of Spider-Man. So this is where the official death storyline of Spider-Man starts. So Peter Parker is an official 16-year-old now. It was his birthday in the previous issue, and J. Jonah Jameson is paying for college. He knows that he's Spider-Man and stuff. Kitty Pryde has come back. There was a surprise birthday for Peter, and yeah, this issue is pretty much kicking off straight from where the last issue kicked off, except it's maybe the next day or something like that. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get into this issue. Alright, so just a bit of backstory for you guys on this woman. Nick Fury has actually disappeared, or I can't exactly remember, but I think he's gone on like a mission or something like that for S.H.I.E.L.D. And this woman has now taken over from Nick Fury, so she's now the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now obviously it's not like permanent, it's like she's just there whilst Nick Fury's gone. But basically she's got Norman Osborn in custody, like she's basically reading him his rights. And yeah, she's kind of a badass. Now we actually go to Peter Parker and Mary Jane, and if you saw last issue, then you'll know that they're now back together, they're now boyfriend and girlfriend again, they're back in a relationship the way it should be, finally, and of course they're just on like a little dinner date or something like that in the morning, going for breakfast. And if you remember me telling you, then you'll know that Peter Parker is actually being trained by Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, all the members of the Avengers to become like the best possible superhero he can be, because basically Captain America thinks that Peter Parker is going to get himself killed. Iron Man actually likes Peter, but yeah, this is where Captain America is a little bit more of the harsh type of teacher, you know, like mentor, because he's like from the war, and he's like, he calls him soldier and stuff like that, and yeah, basically he's going to give Peter Parker a hard time. I think one of the main reasons why it's so upsetting that Peter Parker dies is because he's kind of getting his life together, if you think about it. Like, he's being trained by the Avengers, J. Jonah Jameson is now paying for him to go to college and stuff like that, he's got his job back, he's becoming a better Spider-Man, he's back in a relationship with Mary Jane, and then he dies. I mean, like, this is probably the best part of his life right now, where he's got everything he's wanted and everything he needs, and then he just dies, and it's like, no! But if you've seen my Miles Morales issue 4 review, then you'll know that Peter Parker may actually still be alive, so go check that video out. Anyway, now we go back to Norman Osborn back in his jail cell back at S.H.I.E.L.D. and I don't know why he didn't do this earlier, but he literally just bursts up and turns into the Goblin and just blows everyone up and obliterates everyone, and it's awesome. The artwork here is just amazing, and if you don't know, Mark Bagley actually drew the comic cover for this issue, so that is why the cover for this issue looks so freaking awesome. But yeah, so carrying on with Norman Osborn, again, he just basically burns everyone to death, and what Norman Osborn just said back there, I thought was one of the best parts of the issue. He says something like, "You have no idea how close to God I have journeyed to do this," or he says something like that anyway, and it's just awesome. But unknowingly, Norman Osborn actually ends up breaking out the Sinister Six, so Electro, Kraven, Sandman, Vulture, and Dr. Octopus, and they all team up to break out of S.H.I.E.L.D. together. Now, one quick little fact I just want to tell you guys about Dr. Octopus. In the Ultimate Universe, Dr. Octopus doesn't control the Dr. Octopus arms, he actually controls the metal. So, it's basically his choice to have the arms. Like, he doesn't have to have arms like Dr. Octopus arms, he can have anything, but he just chooses that. So, he can basically walk into a building and just control all the metal in that building. So it's freaking crazy. But then anyway, as they're escaping and stuff, we go back to Spider-Man and Captain America, because if you remember, Captain America is actually training Spider-Man now, and he's took him to like all the graves of all the fallen soldiers and stuff like that. But one thing that really gets to me is that Captain America says to Spider-Man that he doesn't fight like his life depends on it, and he doesn't know the consequences of life and death. But if anything, Peter Parker knows more about that than anyone. And obviously he says that because Peter Parker doesn't take, like, when he's fighting he makes like jokes and stuff, doesn't he? and obviously Captain America doesn't see that as him taking it seriously. But what he doesn't know is that that's just the way Spider-Man deals with his fighting, you know, like that's the way he deals with having to live a secret identity, because what he doesn't know is that he keeps his identity a secret to protect the ones he loves. So it's kind of annoying how ignorant Captain America is being towards Spider-Man, but when Spider-Man dies, Captain America realizes that Spider-Man was the greatest superhero out of all of them. So yeah. Anyway, moving back to the Sinister Six, and Green Goblin, Kraven, Dr. Octopus, Electro, Vulture and Sandman, they're all back at Norman Osborn's house and they see it on the news, and obviously Norman Osborn is obsessed with Spider-Man. He's absolutely obsessed with Peter Parker ever since he got bit by the spider, and the one thing he wants to do is just kill him. That is it, like, it's crazy. And this is where it hits you that Peter Parker is actually probably most likely going to die, which he does, because Mary Jane is basically saying that Norman Osborn and the rest of the Sinister Six are coming to kill you and you have to go and protect your family. And that's such a powerful, like, comic panel just there that MJ was like saying it was awesome. And obviously it's not as like emotional now because we know what happens. Like, we know Peter Parker dies, and then we know that Miles Morales starts as Spider-Man, and then in the most recent issue of Miles Morales, Peter Parker may actually still be alive. So it's kind of crazy. So if you aren't following the Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man, then what are you doing? But yeah, so go and check out them other reviews of my Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man. Go check out my previous issues of The Death of Spider-Man, and yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10 because the art was just spot on. I love the art in this issue, and yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like my video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more, and last but not least, don't forget to follow me on Twitter by clicking the link in the description, and I will see you guys in my next video.
Cracking.